How you doing, everybody? My name is Dr. Sami Baya. Please welcome back to my YouTube channel. How do you deal with a narcissist? That's the title of this video. Dealing with a narcissist, managing a relationship with a narcissist can affect your well-being. It can affect your mental health. There are many strategies, many tactics to deal with a narcissist, such as setting clear boundaries and relying on a support system of trusted friends, of trusted family members. When you talk about a narcissist, we are talking about someone who is self-focused, someone who is only concerned for themselves, a master manipulator, someone who's self-absorbed, selfish, self-centered, egocentric, egotistic, someone who's arrogant, someone who always prioritizes themselves. It's always about me with a narcissist. So when you're dealing with a narcissist, you need to be careful, because narcissists, they have this inflated sense of self-importance. They need constant praise and admiration. They have a sense of entitlement. They take advantage of others. They exploit people without shame or guilt. They don't recognize or care about the needs of others. They are very demeaning. They are bullying. They bully others. They monopolize conversations or meetings. So, how do you deal with this kind of people? Number one, educate yourself about narcissism. Educate yourself about narcissistic personality disorder. Learn everything you can about narcissists. Familiarize yourself with the signs of narcissistic personality disorder so that you can spot the narcissist easily. Educating yourself about narcissism will help you to better understand the narcissist's strengths and weaknesses so that you can be prepared to navigate any challenges that arise in that narcissistic relationship. So, to deal with a narcissist, the first step is to educate yourself about a narcissist. You can talk with a mental health professional about narcissists, or you can also read books written by mental health professionals. You can read books about narcissism. You can watch video clips, YouTube video clips about narcissism. Such a video like this one can be very useful when dealing with a narcissist. You should be able to learn the best ways of communicating with your loved one who shows signs of narcissism. Now, the second way to deal with a narcissist is to build your self-esteem. Build healthy self-esteem. That way, it will be easier for you to handle a narcissist. Engage in positive self-talk. Practice self-care. And find a healthy support system. This will help you to develop resilience and to foster your self-esteem. When you have higher self-esteem, it makes it easier to set clear boundaries. So be assertive. And it can also help you. Having high self-esteem can help you to advocate for yourself. And this is very important in maintaining a relationship with a narcissist. To deal with a narcissist, speak up for yourself. Sometimes ignoring a narcissist is not the best solution. You need to speak up for yourself. So, the other way of dealing with a narcissist is to set clear boundaries. When you realize your boundaries are being crossed, you need to put consequences in place. You cannot change a narcissist, but you can put and set boundaries about the behaviors of the narcissist that you find them unacceptable to you, and communicate those behaviors clearly to the narcissist. You should try and enforce those boundaries rather than making idle threats or ultimatums to ensure that you are being taken seriously. To deal with a narcissist, practice skills to keep calm. In short, try to be cool, calm, and collected. Try to practice skills like deep breathing, meditation. It will help you to remain calm and to avoid reacting when interacting with a narcissist. Find a support system. If you can't avoid the narcissist, try to build up your healthy relationships and support network of people. Spend too much time in a dysfunctional relationship and you'll find yourself emotionally drained. So in short, don't spend a lot of time with a narcissist because you'll be drained emotionally, mentally. So you need to have a strong support system of trusted friends and trusted family members. Rekindle old friendships and try to nurture new ones. Get together with family members more often. So if you have a social circle which is smaller than you'd prefer, try and take a class. Try to do a new hobby. Be active in your community. Do some volunteer work for a local charity. Do something that allows you to meet more people that you feel comfortable with. When you spend more time with a narcissist, it makes it hard to remember what a healthy relationship feels like. So, to deal with a narcissist, insist on immediate action, not promises. Narcissists are masters at making promises. That is future faking. They'll promise to do something. They'll promise to do what you want, and they'll not do that thing that you want. They'll promise heaven, but they'll give you hell. Narcissists are insincere about their promises. When they promise you something, it's always for their selfish interests. So, to deal with a narcissist, understand that they also need professional help. They are sick in the head. Dealing with a narcissist, you need to know that you also need help. Because being in a narcissistic relationship is a full-time job. It can take a toll on your own mental and physical health. You'll find yourself with symptoms of anxiety, depression, or unexplained physical ailments. So reach out to family members, to friends, and call your support system into service. Don't go it alone. So when it's time to move on from that narcissistic relationship, you'll see signs of abusive nature in that narcissistic relationship, such as name calling, insults, patronizing, public humiliation, yelling, threatening, jealousy, accusations. Some other warning signs include blaming you for everything that goes wrong. The narcissist will monitor your movements or attempt to isolate you. They'll tell you how you really feel or should feel. They'll routinely project their shortcomings onto you. They'll deny things that are obvious to you, or they'll attempt to gaslight you. When you're in a relationship with a narcissist, the narcissist is always the victim. But why? Now, being in a relationship with a narcissist is a tough job. It is very difficult for many reasons. And one of the reasons is because of the fact that a narcissist will play the victim card. The narcissist will usually become the victim when you disagree with them, when you argue with them, when they are requesting things from you. They will always play the victim card. And you know what? Playing the victim card is a narcissist form of manipulation. The narcissists love playing the victim to manipulate you. You see, self-pity makes a narcissist feel powerful. They feel like a hero. Remember, narcissists are very arrogant people. They have this grandiose sense of self. And they very often can't look beyond themselves. They believe they are more important than everybody else. They're special and unique. So when they feel self-pity and play the victim, it acts as a substitute for that lack of authentic self-worth. When the narcissist plays the victim card, it makes them the mistreated and the misunderstood hero in a story that is all about them. Remember, narcissists are selfish, self-centered, self-absorbed individuals. It's always about me, me, me with them. So playing the victim card, it plays on the narrative that their needs are the most important because they've previously not been met, or that they've been wronged somehow in the past. The narcissists, in a way, they believe their own role because it contributes to their belief that they deserve to be given the most attention and respect. Why does the narcissist play the victim? It's also because it guilt trips you into taking their side. Everyone supports the hero in a movie, in a story. Everyone roots for the main star, the starring of the movie. So if your narcissistic partner plays the victim card, that is, if they play the hero of the story, of the movie, most likely you'll side with them. And that means the narcissist will get what they want. And you'll end up feeling sidelined and very, very, very guilty. To combat these feelings, you will try to overcompensate, whether in terms of positive affirmation or agreeing to things you normally would not agree to. So if you feel guilty, if you've been guilt-tripped by the narcissist through the victim, playing the victim card, most likely you let the narcissistic partner, your narcissist, win, because anything else leaves you feeling incredibly guilty. Remember, with a narcissist, it is either yes or no. It's either black or white. There is nothing in between. So with the narcissist, it's either you are on their side or you are against them. There's no middle ground. And if you're against the narcissist, they can manipulate you into thinking that that's the wrong side to be on. And that means if they are the hero, then you become the villain. Now, the other reason why the narcissist plays the victim card, it's because it turns the tables round on you. If you are the villain in this narrative, in this story, then the narcissist, being the hero, will justify why they're abusing you. To them, they've accused you that you don't have the moral high ground. And this makes it very difficult to state your case or voice your opinions. So if you try to stand up for yourself by, for instance, calling the narcissist out for mistreating you, for abusing you, for manipulating you, then they may respond with the fact that they can't help it. They'll say that you should be more understanding. Now, the other reason why the narcissist plays the victim card is to get attention from you. If there's one thing the narcissist loves most, is constant attention. And by them being the victim, it gives them the necessary attention they crave for. It will make people around the narcissist want to help them because they're playing the victim. People will want to do things for them. People will want to comfort them. People will want to build them up. They may direct anger and blame towards you unjustifiably. And this makes it even more difficult to see things the way they are. So, if you're wondering, why does the narcissist play the victim card? It's because they want to blame you. They want to be seen as right. Remember, the narcissist believes they're always right and you're always wrong. To make things appear that way, they behave like the victim here. They'll blame you for everything that goes wrong. They'll blame you for the failure of that relationship. They blame you for everything that is not working. They'll accuse you of even doing things that you never did. They'll even play the victim card by accusing you of cheating, while in reality they're the ones who cheated on you. By playing the victim and accusing you, blaming you, they're trying to control you, to manipulate you. The narcissists play the victim card to punish you, to teach you a lesson. They do that because you said no to them, because you rejected them, you abandoned them. So they play the victim card to make life difficult for you, to make things tough for you. How dare you reject them? So they punish you by playing the victim card. The narcissist will play the victim card to project on you. They play the victim card to accuse you of the things they're doing. They're cheating on you and they're accusing you of cheating. They're lying to you and they'll accuse you of lying. The narcissist plays the victim card because they want to destroy you. When the narcissist destroys you, they are happy. If they hurt you, they are happy. If they cause pain to you, they are happy. If you are crying, the narcissist is happy and laughing inside them. Because you being in pain, you hurting, makes it easy for the narcissist to manipulate you. It makes it easy for the narcissist to control you and to play games with you. When you talk about a narcissist, you're talking about someone who's self-absorbed, someone with entitled behavior. Narcissists have an inflated sense of self-importance. They crave constant admiration, constant attention, constant validation, constant praise, recognition, reassurance, acknowledgement from others. Now, when you talk about these narcissists who are very arrogant, they lack empathy, they prioritize themselves, they use and discard others. It's all about me with the narcissist. When you talk about these people who have this inflated sense of self-importance, people who have a grandiose sense of self, they believe they're superior to others. Who do they target? The narcissist targets individuals who they perceive as weak or vulnerable because they are more likely to be able to control them and manipulate them. Narcissists target individuals that they perceive as a threat to their sense of superiority. These are the people who are successful or confident. So, it's very important to note that narcissists' main aim is to crush you, to crush their victim, to hurt you, to destroy their victims. And there are certain traits they look for in their victims. Number one, they need people who are forgiving. They target forgiving people. They look for victims who are forgiving, people who will overlook their mistakes. Narcissists know that forgiving people are easy to manipulate and control because they are less likely to hold the narcissist accountable for their actions. The narcissist also looks for victims that are suffering from unhealed trauma. They look for victims who have unhealed trauma because these people are more vulnerable and they are easier to control. Victims with unhealed trauma have low self-esteem and they are more likely to put up with the narcissist's abuse. The narcissists, they target people who are highly empathetic. They look for victims who are highly empathetic because they are more likely to put the narcissist's needs before their own. Empathetic people are less likely to see the narcissist's flaws and they are more likely to make excuses for their behavior. Narcissists are loyal. They look for victims that are loyal. The narcissists, they target loyal people. And this is because they want someone who will always be there for them. The reason why the narcissists love loyal people is because they know that loyal people are less likely to leave the narcissist. Even if they are mistreated. Even if the narcissist abuses them, they know they will not leave them. Again, narcissists, they target people who have low self-esteem. They look for victims who have low self-esteem because these are the people who are easier to manipulate and control. Victims with low self-esteem, they are more likely to believe that they deserve the abuse and less likely to leave the narcissist. The narcissist also targets people who are overly accommodating. These are people who are easier to manipulate and control. Generally, victims who are overly accommodating are more likely to put up with the narcissist's manipulative behavior. Again, narcissists love people who take responsibility for everything. Because these are people who are easier to manipulate and control. Victims who take responsibility for everything are less likely to blame the narcissist for their behavior. So, the narcissists are said to be master manipulators, and they will use tactics such as gaslighting, blame shifting, and denial to maintain their power and control over their victims. In a narcissistic relationship, the victim is often blamed for everything that goes wrong, while the narcissist takes no responsibility for their actions. The narcissist may also project their flaws onto their victim, making them feel flawed and inferior. Narcissists lack empathy and compassion, and they will exploit their victims' weaknesses and fears to maintain their control. They will use their victims' insecurities to make them feel dependent on them, or they may use their victims' strengths to make themselves look better. Remember, narcissists are master manipulators, and they are very controlling. They will try to isolate their victims from their family and friends. They will also try to control their victims' finances and other aspects of their life. Again, narcissists, they believe they are superior to others, but they have a very high opinion of themselves and their abilities. They belittle their victims, and they always make people feel that they are not good enough. Remember, narcissists need constant attention, constant admiration, constant praise, admiration, constant validation from their victim. And they will swing into narcissistic rage. They'll become very angry or abusive if they don't receive that constant admiration and constant attention. So how do you detach yourself from a narcissist if you are in a relationship with one? You can acknowledge the abuse. If you need to detach yourself from a narcissist, start by acknowledging that you've been abused. Sometimes it's very difficult because narcissists are master manipulators. They'll even manipulate their victim to believe that they are the problem. The other way of detaching yourself from a narcissist is acknowledging the abuse. Acknowledge that you've been abused. Then also practice self-care. Take care of yourself. It is very important when detaching from a narcissist. Get enough sleep, eat healthy, exercise, or even practice mindfulness. Engaging in activities that bring you joy and spending time with people who support you is very important. When we talk about the DARVO, this is an acronym that stands for Deny, Attack, and Reverse Victim and Offender. Deny, Attack, and Reverse Victim and Offender. DARVO. That's a manipulative tactic that narcissists use to avoid taking responsibility for their actions, and they shift the blame onto their victims. DARVO, D-A-R-V-O. Many narcissists, they love using this controlling tactic called DARVO. Because we know narcissists are master manipulators. They are selfish, self-centered, egocentric, egotistic individuals. They lack empathy. They are very arrogant. They need constant attention, constant admiration, constant validation from you. They use DARVO as a psychological abusive tactic. DARVO impacts the physical, mental, and emotional health of the family members, friends, and colleagues who are victimized by it. So when the narcissists use DARVO, DARVO technique, it allows them to control everything about their victim, and it helps and allows the narcissist to avoid accountability for their behavior. Now, what is DARVO all about? So, knowing the definition of DARVO is one thing, but understanding what signs to look out for in your relationship with a narcissist is another. So if you want to know a narcissist is manipulating you using the DARVO technique, first of all, try and identify the word D, that is denial, in the DARVO. The narcissist will constantly and adamantly deny being wrong, and they won't acknowledge any wrong behavior. When a narcissist is using this DARVO tactic, they will not only say that they are not abusive, but they will minimize your feelings. They'll deny being abusive, and at the same time they'll minimize your feelings. They'll tell you that it's not a big deal what they're doing to you. They'll say that you're exaggerating things, you're making too much of this or that. So in short, they will deny the wrong behavior and its impact on you. That is the D in DARVO. Then the A in DARVO, that is attack. The narcissist will become aggressive. They will argue that they're not in the wrong. They will also try to cast doubt on you as the person who is questioning their behavior. They will not accept responsibility for abusing you. They will actively work to make things look like you're the one who is in the wrong. You see, when the narcissist is using the DARVO, that is the A, to attack you, they will attack that credibility that you have, the character, the motives that you have. They will use insults. They'll verbally insult you. They'll threaten you. They will gaslight you. They'll use all manipulation tactics to discredit you, their victim, in any accusation about the abuse. Now, the R in DARVO is called the reverse victim. The abuser or the narcissist will try to switch roles. They'll argue that they're the real victim, and they'll make you, the victim, look like the offender. So this is the reverse victim and offender tactic. They'll claim to be unfairly accused. The narcissist then will accuse you to cover up your own behavior. They'll try to shift blame to you, to be seen in a more positive light, while at the same time they'll be inflicting mental and emotional pain on you despite the abuse that they've already inflicted in you. They will continue gaslighting you. The narcissist will make their victim wonder if they are crazy. They'll question their reality. They'll think that they'll think or doubt what they are experiencing. They'll not even be sure if it's an abuse or something else. They will deflect, and they'll try to switch gears and remove attention from the problematic behavior. So when the narcissist denies their actions, when they attack the person confronting them, when they flip the roles of victim and offender, the narcissist is effectively redirecting attention away from their own actions and causing doubt in their victims' claims. So when the narcissist denies their actions, they attack the person confronting them, and they flip the roles of victim and offender. They redirect attention away from their own actions, and this causes doubt in the victim's claims. Therefore, the psychology behind this DARVO is rooted in a strong need for self-preservation and control. The narcissist will often employ this strategy to protect their ego and maintain their desired self-image at all costs. So, how do you know that Darvo has taken place. In short, what is the impact of Darvo technique used by the narcissists? Because there must be intended results by the narcissists when they use this Darvo technique. When the narcissist uses the Darvo technique on you, you'll be seen as less believable. And the narcissist will be seen as less abusive and less responsible. Darvo negatively impacts the victim's mental health because they internalize the false narrative that they are the perpetrator and that the problems in a relationship or abuse are their fault. The victims will convince themselves that they are the cause of their own mistreatment, leading to feelings of self-blame and self-doubt. In short, Darvo negatively impacts the victim's mental health because they internalize the false narrative that they are the perpetrators and that the problems in the relationship or abuse are their fault. Being subjected to repeated manipulation through Darvo technique can lead to anxiety, depression, low self-esteem, self-doubt, a sense of powerlessness. And narcissistic abuse syndrome is also another effect or result of Darvo. The victim that is going through the Darvo technique will develop this pseudo identity or personality that echoes and repeats the narcissist's false self, that is their grandiose narrative of themselves. Darvo survivors mostly will experience post-traumatic stress disorder. This Darvo technique or Darvo abusive behavior can leave the victims of the narcissist feeling isolated and unable to cope, especially when reversing the victim and offender leads to continual cycle of abuse. So, to protect yourself against the Darvo technique used by the narcissist, you first of all need to educate yourself about Darvo. Educate yourself about the narcissist manipulative tactics. Know what signs to look for. You need to understand the pattern that Darvo abusers use. You need to understand that what are the patterns that these narcissists who use Darvo technique use. You should be able to recognize their tactics and be able to better control and manage your emotions when it happens. Once you understand this Darvo technique, it becomes more predictable and it quickly loses some of its power and influence. So another way of protecting yourself against Darvo is to stand up for yourself. Clearly name what is happening, what you will allow and what you will not allow. In short, set boundaries and enforce those boundaries. Learn what healthy communications will look like in a relationship. Find a support group of trusted friends, trusted family members that can give you the encouragement that you need. Remember, having a strong support network can help you validate your experiences and counteract the effects of Darvo. You can also document your experience. Keep a record of the abusive incidents, including dates, times, and descriptions. Get professional help. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so. Share this video widely to all those who may need it. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel.